In today's video, I take shortcuts, jump over hazards, boost pads, more shortcuts, and more boost pads, all for those glorious wins and the honor of being unreal. What is going on, guys? Welcome back. It has been a minute. Man, it's been a while. Sorry guys, I've been busy training for Rocket Racing. I was actually waiting for the new season to come out, and then only to my surprise to find out that Season 2 was only for Battle Royale. I'm pretty sure I'm in the same boat as many of you. Nothing's really changed apart from the fact that they released a new car, some tires, and some trails. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Cool. Well, in today's video, I want to show you guys some tips and tricks that I found along the way. I'm going to give you my top 5 at the end of the video, or, well, throughout the video, but at the end I'm going to summarize all of it. So if you want a little bit more in detail, keep watching. We're going to go through a couple of tracks, some of my thoughts, my method, and some of the secrets that I found. Cool, stay tuned, guys. Cool. Has anybody noticed how the car changes suddenly when you die? It's almost like it didn't load or render perfectly. Okay. Well, here we are at the last lap of K2 Raceway. And right over here on this checkpoint, if you turn right, there's a boost pad. And that is a crucial boost pad to take if you want to get an upper hand and a little bit of a lead on everyone else. Cool. Then going forward, you're simply just going to boost over this, hit those boost pads there, and then boost again if you have one. I was just a little short, probably because I died in the previous lap. But yeah, you're going to hop over this, try and hold in your boost there, and hop over it. Boost all the way to the end, and that will give you a nice finish. Alright, cool. Right into the next lap, next track. This one is all about drift control and knowing when to release. So this is tip number 1. Knowing when to drift and knowing when to let go. Now if you have a look, the top speed of these vehicles are always going to be 570. They're currently on the screen. You can see 570. The minute you release your drift, you are going to be propelled forward for a couple of seconds, sometimes up to 900 kilometers. What I like to do, rule of thumb for me, if you are busy drifting and your speed is dropping, the minute it hits around 620-ish, I want to already let go of my boost button or correct myself. And if you guys didn't know, if you're in a drift to the right, for example, you can quickly come out of that drift by just drifting left quickly. Tap in the drift button and the left direction. And that will get you out of the drift. And you can do this on short drifts, long drifts. You can do it inside a tight turn as well, and then just carry on with a new drift. So that will be my first tip. Now the second tip is drafting. Drafting while you drift, drafting while you ride, drafting while you boost. Just draft as much as you can. If there's someone in front of you and you're not drafting off of them, you're missing out. There are so many things that you can get right if you just draft. If you draft a little bit, you can save your boost. It's going to give you a little extra speed bump. And now even here, look, I'm drafting, boosting, and just because of that draft, I got an extra speed boost. I only hit 570 when I hit the finish line. Next one, I love this track. This is my favorite track. I get aerial acrobatics in this track. It's so beautiful to watch. Very stressful to race. Now, on this track, some tips here. Boost pads are going to be your friend. You are going to want to hit every single boost pad you see. Knowing where they are is important, so pay attention underneath here and up top here. Those are the two most important ones, as well as these ones on the side. Underneath that platform there's another one that not many people can take, and then these guys on the side here. Now I took the one on the right there. You shouldn't take the one on the right. Go left then right. So here, last lap, hit that right over these ones, hit those, and then hit these guys. Up you go, drift, smack that, off you go. Do not go under. Now you go under, hit those boost pads, up you go, those boost pads on the left, and then swing down, hit up. I wasn't fast enough there, but it is possible. And then don't get any more boost pads on the final lap. Just get that one and then hit your boost button if you have boost. I didn't have any, but I was lucky to come first anyway. Cool, next lap. Alright, if you're feeling crowded, best thing to do is just remain calm and take the shorter turns. So start drifting earlier. Tip number 3, drift earlier than you think you need to drift. So here we go, drift now. That was already quite early, and I take this shortcut. This is an important shortcut. Down, I boost here. You can stay the course. The only reason I boosted there was to get away from the pack. Just so you know, not a tip, but I think this works very well for me. Boosting early and then not failing puts you ahead of the pack quite nicely, and it gives you some freedom to drift and not be in a big mess. So in the higher ranks, everybody is pretty closely skilled up together, so they tend to be very, very close together drifting, and that often breaks your drift. It stops you from drifting properly, and you want to try and stay in front of the pack. Again, there's the draft that I mentioned. Drift early. That's going to keep you on the road and off of those hazards. Air dodge down. Okay, tip number 4, guys. Tip number 4 is quite easy. All you want to do, if you're in the air, whether it be boosting, jumping, any reason, you always want to air dodge down, and there you can see I do it every time. Air dodge down. Okay, I didn't do it there. Air dodging down is going to get you to the ground faster. Why do you want this? We only accumulate speed on the ground. You have a maximum speed in the air. I think it's 570. You cannot go faster than 570, even if you have, well, if you're busy drifting, you can accumulate speed. You can't drift in the air, so you want to come down to the ground as fast as possible. That's the best way to explain it. Right. That was tip 4. For the last tip, stay tuned. I'm going to reveal it soon. Alright, we're on the last lap. Taking the shortcut. I'm doing everything that I've said. Go down here, boost. I see that I've got full boost bars, so I want to make sure that I use one at least so that I can build up more. Go down. Let's go. Cool, here we come to the end. Hit that boost pad. I miss it. Boost. Stay close to the barrier on the left. Air dodge to the left, and then off you go. I came third in this one, but that's okay. This was a really difficult map. Oh, there was a lot of really good players here. We're going to drift and avoid those bumps by just hanging over them. Hit this boost pad. And then drift. Alright. So for tip number 5, I do this a lot. Accumulating your boost is not the only thing you need to do. You also need to be able to maintain your speed. And this kind of goes hand in hand with the previous tip that I gave about drifting. When starting a drift, if you notice your speed is low, let it go. Just let it go early and then carry the drift on so that you get a small speed bump while you're drifting. So tip number 5 is probably the most important one, and goes in conjunction with the previous drift tip. There actually should be one tip. So there you go. And for a bonus tip, boost management, guys. Boost management is going to be your friend when it comes to tracks like this one here. I could have boosted. Everyone boosts here. I didn't boost there. Why? Because I know I'm going to need at least one for the end, and I also need one for the gap that's following, and I don't have enough space to drift and accumulate a whole boost bar, and I didn't want to take the chance. So boost there. I've almost got the next boost bar, which I'm going to need soon, because there is a little bit of space in between the next airspace. I do a nice jump here. I was trying something new, and I realized that that might be a viable option in terms of shortcut. It did shave some seconds off. Keep your drifts tight, guys. Coming down here. Air dodge down. Like I said, we want to accumulate as much speed as possible. And then boost. And there you go, my boost management is kicking in because I've already got one boost left for the end. If you are finishing races with boost left over, it's okay, but if you are not managing them, using them at the right spots, then you're doing something wrong, guys. Then you need to go practice. Practice the map on a private match, or even with some friends, and just keep trying. Jot down where exactly it is you need to put your boost. Okay, this is the final lap. I boost down, and because I've been managing my boost properly, I can see that I'm going to make it. I'm currently third, second. I take my shortcut. I'm going to drift here, jump over that, and off I go. There we go. Jump. Drop down. Drift. Very good. I've almost got all 3 boosts that I need. So here's the secret here. You're going to jump in the tunnel. Some people go up. I like to stay in here, accumulate my boost, slingshot through the side here, and then boost. I managed to take second place here, which I think is very awesome.